The red circles were never random. When I was a kid, around 10 or 11, I started noticing these weird red circles on our kitchen calendar. My dad would draw them every few weeks, never a pattern. Could be a Wednesday, a Saturday, sometimes a random Monday. I asked him once, and he just grinned, tapped his nose, and said, "Top secret, mission classified." Then went right back to burning toast like it was the most normal thing ever. At first, I thought it was some adult thing I wouldn't understand, maybe bill paying day or when to change the air filter. But one night in late October, I figured it out. It was pouring rain, and I got up to get some water. I walked past the living room and heard my mom laughing. Not just chuckling, full-on belly laughing, the kind where you have to hold onto furniture to stay upright. I peeked around the corner and saw her in her fuzzy panda pajamas holding a bunch of wildflowers, the kind that grow all over the empty lot behind our house. My dad was kneeling on the carpet with a tray of cupcakes that looked like they'd barely survived a car crash. He was singing Happy Unbirthday, like the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. Off-key, dramatic, hilarious. I checked the calendar. Red circle. After that night, I paid attention. Every red circle day, Dad came home from work early. He always had a plastic grocery bag with him, filled with the most random stuff. Once, it was bubble wands and glow sticks. Another time, it was mini marshmallows and chopsticks, for what he called marshmallow jousting. One day, he came home with only a pack of yellow balloons and made a giant balloon animal snake that hung from the kitchen lights. Every red circle was a surprise for Mom. Never repeated, never boring. I remember one summer evening he covered the backyard in paper lanterns he ordered online, set up a blanket, and brought out a picnic of frozen pizza and root beer floats. Mom cried laughing because the lanterns kept falling over, but she stayed out there with him until the mosquitoes got too bad. One December, he transformed the basement into a fake tropical island. He played steel drum music, gave Mom a plastic lei, and grilled hot dogs on a George Foreman while wearing swim trunks and sunglasses. There was a red circle that day too. Then came the morning I caught Mom scribbling yellow sticky notes and sneaking around like a spy. She stuck them everywhere, on the mirror, the coffee pot, the front door, even Dad's shoes. Notes that said things like, "You smell like sunshine," and "Thanks for letting me hog the blankets." When Dad found them, he laughed so hard he nearly fell over. Later, I saw him sitting on the couch, just holding one that said, "You make life better." Turns out she had her own version of the red circle, her way of showing up for him. She'd sneak his favorite candy into his glove box, DVR all his dumb fishing shows. Once, she called into the local radio station to request his favorite old song on his drive home. Sometimes I'd catch her ironing his shirts and smiling to herself like it was some inside joke only they shared. It wasn't always big. Sometimes the red circle just meant bad karaoke night, with Mom singing Total Eclipse of the Heart while Dad twirled her around the living room. Other times it was grilled cheese sandwiches and sticky notes that said, "You're my favorite weirdo." When I got to high school, my friends thought my parents were corny. They'd come over and see the red circle nights and roll their eyes when my dad set up candlelit dinners with takeout burgers. But I noticed something. They started hanging out at our house more. Even the ones with two parents at home said our place felt different, warmer, happier. The best red circle night? Easily the night Dad rented a projector and hung a sheet in the backyard. He set up lawn chairs and handed Mom a construction paper ticket that said "one night only." They watched The Princess Bride while wrapped in one giant blanket. I watched from my bedroom window, the glow of the movie flickering on their faces. They were smiling the whole time. Now I'm in college, living 3 hours away. But when I come home, the calendar still has red circles. They've faded a little because Dad refuses to use a new marker, but they're there. And they still never make sense until you see what happens on that day.